Hi, welcome back to my channel. This week I want us to talk about something. It is mainly for persons who are still not certain if they're supposed to do this, and also those that is waiting for the right time. And the next set of people who might have an idea or God had given them a direction, but what God gave them does not stand up to what's supposed to be happening or how it is done by other supposed to be experts. So they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Let's go. Hi, my name is Paula Simon, a believer who is on her third pivot in life. I just trust in God in the process. And I don't know what my next step will be, but I know for certain it will be perfect because it will be directed by my Father. As I said in the introduction, this video come about because of a conversation I had with someone about a week ago. I haven't heard from her in years. I could remember getting in contact with her about 2 years ago when I was walking away from my practice because she was a client. I sent out a message to her and I called her and left a message on her voicemail, letting her know I'm no longer with the company. I gave her like the person's name who she would like to be her agent on file and all of that good stuff. Anyway, she called me, but she couldn't find me because I was out on the road, but her son advised her to look for me on WhatsApp, and she found me on WhatsApp to tell me, okay, she is retiring now. And she said something to me which really you could say triggered this video, and she was telling me a bit about myself. She said, you know what, Paula, since 2017, because she's very crafty. She's good with like doing crochet and things like that. She's very, very crafty. Someone at the workplace advised her to why not put up a website. So she said in 2017, she paid for the domain name. She paid for the hosting company, and she hired someone to build her a website. She said, all the time this person building her the website didn't look in like how she envisioned it in her mind. But the person keep telling her, okay, this is how it's supposed to be done. And as she's telling me this on the phone, I'm listening to her and my head is running over time. I do not know, we don't have any like friends together. This isn't a person like I used to talk to often. In fact, I hadn't spoken to her in years, because she always working. She was in the medical field. And anybody know those RN out in Brooklyn or in New York, they work around the clock. So most of the time you leave a message, then she responds to you. And for years she wasn't really responding, but her phone number was still valid. Anyhow, as this woman talked her story, she was talking my story also. In her case, she paid 3 persons. She said a lot of money. I don't know how much money it is. She didn't tell me and I didn't ask, but I could assume it's well over $1,000. She paid for these 3 websites, and all 3 the websites coming, and it is not coming the way she envisioned it to come. Because apparently when she shared her vision, they will come back and tell her, this is not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to do it this way and you're supposed to do it that way. She said after the 3rd person, she just put it on hold. But that was 2017. We are looking at nearly 8 years. Her son, the one the only child that I knew she had. I know she had 2 older ones, but I never met them. But I met the son once. He now is 7 years older. She said now he's 21. As she retired, I don't know how we know about this website or you heard about it like over the years. He said, you know what, Mom, I'm going to build a website for you. She said she's going to sit with him and she's going to tell him exactly what she wants. I told her, I said, was in 2018 I set up my website. She said, you did what? I said, yes. I said, I started it. I did not go and hire anyone because when I looking online, I realized it can be a whole lot of money. And I know who I am. I'm going to change in colors or I'm going to change in something. And I know enough is that you can't hire somebody, you keep changing. There's just a certain amount of changes they will be willing to make, and then you and them going to run into problem. I learned how to build my website. And I was telling her, so while building the website, every video I look at, they're saying, oh, You don't do it this way. You're supposed to do it this way. You're supposed to be, and I'm telling her this. I said, you're supposed to build it for the people. So when the people visit your website, it will be a good experience for them. And just as I thought it, she said it. She said, but who's these people? And I tell her, I said, that was my struggle, because every time I start, and when you build this thing, as they said, you should do this thing as an expert. You coming away and you're not feeling good about the website. But what triggered me, which didn't trigger her, was when pandemic hit. I realized, I said, I don't know what's going to happen with this situation. I don't know how it's going to last. I just had a feeling that I would survive it. And my plan is that at the end of it, I must look back and see I have accomplished something during this pandemic other than stress. That's what forced me to do the website. And I could remember telling Kenya, but they said you must do this, you said you must do that. Kenya said, I thought you built the website to suit you. She now eventually was able to build her website to suit herself, because you're supposed to be building this thing because when the visitors come, who are the visitors? In order for this website to stay up, in order for it to continue, it have to give the builder or the owner some form of satisfaction. If you already have a clientele, if you have business and you know what your clients need or whatever it is different. But if you're starting out now, but that is what all the experts tell you. And for me, I knew nothing about website building. I'm not, I would say, a crafty person. Give me a situation and I could think it out, yes. But figuring out craft and those things, that was never my interest. So with that being said, because you feel that you don't have the knowledge in that particular area, when you go now and you're hearing the experts telling you this, for a moment you sway. But I am saying it caused me so much of anguish. I several times had planned to walk away from it, but I just couldn't, because I know in every cell in my body, I needed to get this thing done. And secondly, I don't quit. I prefer to go right to the end. Even if like an exam, I'll go to the end and fail it. I will never do not turn up for the exam because I don't think I'm prepared. I could not walk away from the website. So as I'm listening to her, I didn't know she was going through that. And even up to now that she retired, she will be sitting with her son. She said, they keep saying, not so much of colors. And I'm laughing. She said, Paul, it's funny. She said, because that's the exact thing I was hearing. You shouldn't build it with so much colors. You mustn't do this. You mustn't do that. So the people she was paying coming back to her and telling her how it's supposed to be done, but it did not line up with how she wanted to be done, because the vision was given to her. The vision wasn't given to them. And that is what I would like to tell someone right now. Here you are, might want it. It mightn't be a website. It might even be a YouTube channel you want to start. Whatever it is, but you get this vision. You get these feelings, but it is contrary to whatever other people are dealing in an art form, or you're dealing in something that you're not comfortable with, or you feel you don't have enough knowledge. You tend to want to listen to the experts. You want to do it right. But they're doing right. It does not line up with you. They mean they're wrong? No, they could be right, but it's not right for you. And take it from me, for all the maybe billions of people on this earth, you can't tell me that there's somebody or a few people out there who's thinking exactly like you. So when the expert is going to say, oh, we doing this because of this, they did not run it between everybody that use YouTube. They did not run it with everybody that go to a website. They might not run it by everybody who will use this particular service you offering, or whatever the case might be. And that what happened, it keep us like, hold us back, not keep us. It hold us back. Instead of doing what God placed in your heart, you're not doing it because you're waiting. Sometimes even if you start, you just can't carry through because it does not fit with whatever God placed in you. And what you do, you might just quit. Okay, the next set of persons I would like to talk to is the people who are waiting for the right time. There isn't any right time. I know they had someone who planned to retire and they're going back and forth, waiting for the right time. Now, based on whether we want to acknowledge it or not, whether we're trying to pretend or whatever the case may be, we are in a serious, serious state. Should we be in the state? No. This whole madness is being man-made creation. It has nothing to do with nature. It's just a group of people deciding to do what they want to do to benefit them for whatever reason, and to hell with the rest of the population. But you were waiting for the perfect time. Oh, I don't want to draw my Social Security at 62. I'm waiting for 65 or 67 to get more money. And that is what we keep rearranging ourselves, and we keep not doing things based on something that we have no control of. You don't know if you can get fired before you reach the 67. Right now, we don't know anything about Social Security, although I keep my fingers crossed that at least I will get a few months out of it. But we just don't know. So here you are, God told you to do something, but then you got your own, I don't know. Most people want to go to the counselor or to go to some friend or parents or whoever the case might be, and that person is coming to you with their frame of reference, their discomfort, their level of taking risk or whatever the case might be. So a lot of time they're giving you advice. They're giving you advice because of what they're comfortable with. It doesn't necessarily mean it applies to you. I could remember when I made a mistake and told one person I was moving to Georgia. You know what that man told me? Oh, Paula, the schools in Georgia is not good. What that had to do with me? I didn't even have Robin as a grandchild as yet. I was moving to Georgia with no children of school age. So why are you telling me about the schools in Georgia is not good? You see, there's it. It's whatever is someone discomfort or the things they're not comfortable with, they will place it on you. And if you not really having your head on right, you would listen to them and then you would miss out on what God wants to do in your life. In some cases, you have to be the contrary one. In some cases, when everybody on this side of the road, you have to very well be on the other side of the road, especially when you know it's your father talk to you. And even if you're not certain it's him, you talk to him, he will reveal to you whether or not it's he, or he will guide you through. If you know in your heart of heart that you really and truly want to do his will, and even if you're making a mistake, he will close the door, or he will do something to protect you. You would not go through there and suffer crazy when you're trying to do your Father's will. And no time is ever be the right time. The right time is now. Whether it's thinking about changing a job, you're thinking about doing whatever it is in your life. You know when it's just whimsical or when there's a deep beating conviction, when you cannot shake it. You got to look at it and just decide, okay, who is going to hurt? And then God will ask you to do something to hurt other people. It might make people uncomfortable, especially if it's a friend or somebody. You're moving so far or you're going here or whatever the case might be. But you trust God in the process. Also, this is for someone who, let me see, how should I frame it? Miss the memo. I could remember when I was in Atlanta. I purchased something from H&M. And H&M told me, I see the tracking, this thing was supposed to be delivered the Friday. So what I did, I stayed in the house the whole day Friday. The bell didn't ring. I checked in the camera. I didn't see anybody come to the door. Nothing. The thing just said out for delivery. It never showed it was delivered. That was Friday. By Saturday, I was trying to get to H&M to tell them that my thing wasn't, I didn't receive my stuff. I said, okay, let me wait over the weekend. In fact, the person at H&M said, wait until the weekend. The Monday morning when I was going out, reversed the car out, and I saw by the front door, although I had this shrub, I had like a plant, very bushy, that will hide part of the front door. I saw like something brown. When I looked, was the package from H&M. But what happened from Friday night till about early Sunday morning, there was a heavy, 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 heavy rain. The package get wet, thank God some of the things inside was wrapped in plastic and the water didn't seep into it, but it had something at the top. I can't remember, it was a top or so, got wet. The box, I missed it. I missed the person ringing the bell, which I find strange because the bell, even if the bell didn't ring because of some reason or the other, it did not show up even on the camera. But the delivery was there, but I missed it. And there is it sometimes in life. We asking God for an answer. We seeking his guidance on something. And we say, oh, God and listening to us, God and answering us. He delivered to us, but we missed it. So in the process of asking him, we got to ask him for clarification. We got to ask him, Father, if you had answered this prayer, instead of keep asking, Father, I need a job, I need what, whether it's a husband, whatever it is. Father, if you had sent the message to me and I missed it, please reveal it to me. Because sometimes it is right there. The answer is right there, but what we miss it. So we don't want to be out of God's will. We want to follow when he gives us direction. We want to follow it, although it might not be the most popular thing or whatever the case may be. You just got to check it. Is it hurting someone else? Is it against God's word? You check, you see those things, check. Could I come to my father and said, Father, I did X, Y, and Z. Is it something for me embarrassed about? No. And the thing about it, as we strengthen our relationship with God, he gives us a nudge. He gives us a nudge. When we do anything stupid, he collects us in a nice way and let us know we did something foolish. That is your relationship with God. You cannot have a relationship with God and get in the way with doing foolishness. It don't happen like that. He collects you. It mightn't be in a mean way, but you wake you up early in the morning or whatever the case might be and run your whole foolishness in front of your face to remind you that you do something stupid, that you need to ask for forgiveness. So you got to look at that. It might not be the most popular thing. It might be contrary to every... You know, somebody tell me afterwards, they didn't like my website. They got too much colors. Who cares? This is what my father placed in me. The website wasn't for everybody. It was for me because he knew I needed to do something different at the time. I needed to do something and invest a lot of time and energy, something for Paula, as against somebody else. So when I was trying to listen to what everybody else is saying and plan it for somebody else, where was the friction? That is what cost me 2+ years before, thank God, in a weird way for COVID, make me get it done and publish it. It might mean you might be contrary to it. It might be you have to be uncomfortable to get stuff done. And if you're praying and you don't get an answer, ask God, Father, chances are it's not the right time, but did I miss the message? And if you did, he will let you know. If you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. A returning subscriber or visitor, welcome also. If the video or any of the other videos on this channel is of helpful to you, please share. And you know what? We have space. Why not subscribe? Be part of the team. Turn on the notification button so YouTube will let you know when a new video is uploaded. So take care and have a blessed day. Okay, nothing is wrong being contrary. It is good providing your contrary behavior is in keeping with God's word. So take care. Bye.